Yo, it's Dyson Knight.
It's the girl Wendi, Miss What You Know About It.
And you watching Who Dat?
Welcome back to Who Dat. This is your boy TIMMAY, and you shouldn't do this. This is a repeat Who Dat, but under good circumstances. My fifth Who Dat ever was Wendi back in 2014, and a year later when I was a little bit more established, I did Dyson Knight. So if y'all, I ain't go back to the whole thing. So you can go my page, Timothy Bain on YouTube. We know that they's both in Visage. Dyson is in Bahamian. They have awards. You know, we ain't go through all that, but tonight we could go on from 2015 forward. So 2015 was the first year Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival, and y'all two really took advantage of this opportunity. So when did you first? One song, because when I first met you and I interviewed you the first time, Happy Hour was out, but it was only just the pop, the R&B, the vocals. But now since then you've now evolved to the one song, Ain't Missing It. So talk to me about the evolution. The evolution of, you know, and maybe the Happy Hour was the start. Talk about the evolution of you from being just pop to this amazing mixture you got going on.
Well, first of all, thank you for you know, acknowledging that in me, the growth. What? Actually, it was this guy here who really pushed me to do Happy Hour, which was the first single that Dyson and I did together with Visage. It was actually the first single that Visage had done in a really long time. This is the first song that Visage did that has a music video. And of course, Happy Hour, the song that's impacted the Bahamas tremendously. And like you said, since our very first Who Dat, a lot has changed with Wendi, a lot. I was just doing R&B pop, and I really didn't even feel comfortable singing Bahamian music as yet. So I really grew in my artistry a tremendous amount, and I have a lot of people to thank for that. Visage Band Bahamas, Obi Pindling, and of course this guy who, in a sense, Dyson has mentored me. You know, he really pushed me to co-write Happy Hour with him, and since then it's been a whirlwind. And you know, we were talking about the first Carnival. I actually entered a song and it didn't make it. It didn't make it, but that didn't stop me from performing the song, and this was Make It Loud, which actually is really well known, and I continued to perform it. And then thereafter I had one song which was really my breakout hit, I would say, apart from the R&B stuff. So a lot has happened, and yes, I pushed myself in the artistry. I pushed myself into dancing on stage and to really making my show energetic, and that's some of the changes that has happened. And since then I've had Make It Loud, one song. I did another EP, Risky Business. I've had Take a Wine, Down Home Party. So a lot has happened. Music videos, like a lot has happened.
And Dyson, when we talking 2015 was on the Friday, you was about to go to a show immediately after that. And so first Carnival come and go on, and the second Carnival you destroyed it with I Come to Party. Please talk to me about where you got the inspiration for that song.
Well, got to give credit to the team. It's never a one-man job. You know, I did do the writing on that track, but Rik Carey, I would give him, I definitely got to give Rik like credit, because the track is really all about the track.
The track inspired.
The track, like he gave me a strip down, like just an idea of that track, and I woke up one morning and wrote the song. And whenever I can write a song like within 10-15 minutes, I know it's just a good vibe. So that's what happened. You know, I sent the vocal ideas back to him. He completed the track from there and did all of the mix with it. We sent it to Black Shadow Records to be mastered. Well, actually, they didn't do the mastering, but they, you know, gave us some guidance. They've been doing a whole lot of work with us through Bahamian, and you know they're Grammy Award winning producers. So it just came together, man. That stuff is organic. So I Come to Party is an organic hit.
So you have Elevation Award, the first ever Elevation Awards, Song of the Year, 2017 Junkanoo Carnival Road Song of the Year, and I also see next week. I have Rik Carey on next week, and he spoke to me about how you have been testing the song in different markets and getting a really good response. They keep on asking you about that Junkanoo. So tell me how important it is to have that little bit of Junkanoo, even though it's not a lot, but just enough for the people to recognize it's something different.
Yeah, you got to be unique. I mean, in order to break the international market, you have to come with something that's not already there. You know, that's very, very important for music. So I come to parties, one of those things, because, you know, Rik has the experience of working with Bahamian, but he has the ability to mix in more Junkanoo than Bahamian has in their end product, because Bahamian works with engineers, international engineers that don't really understand what the Junkanoo music is supposed to sound like. So Rik has an advantage from that aspect. You know, but we have shout out his experience with Bahamian that taught him everything that he knows.
And he knows how to make it work sonically
because he's
in
Bahamian.
studio.
He's Bahamian. He's a producer. He's a world class producer that understands how to make it happen.
Shout out to the C Sharp Productions.
Yeah, so that song, I mean, you talk about it playing in the region. It actually broke the airwaves on some of the leading radio stations in places like Trinidad and Barbados, in the United States, different soca radio stations like in Chicago, in New York, Miami. And it made a whole lot of mixtapes, like from the popular DJs, popular soca DJs from all around the world. So, like I say, it's a magical track.
Right now I ready to bounce up. I gon' pick up the road. I am ready to jump up. I can bust up on the heel. From time I start up the countdown. Too long now the couple good. This year we bringing the party, swinging the madness. Watching we don't care, talking we don't care, creeping we don't care. Sticking lead them there, thinking we right here, rushing we right here, fetting we right here. Drinking, I come to party. I done nice up on my head, light. I loving myself tonight. All the girls them sexy. They come on here to stand up and be uptight. I loving myself tonight. My sexy life.
So like Wendy alluded to, Happy Hour kind of birthed this pair, not your relationship, but actually the musical pair of Dyson and Wendi, correct? So when you talked about how your mentorship, talk to me how you felt from other side, welcoming this lady, mentoring, and eventually relationship, it makes it easier. Talk to me about your mindset from that Happy Hour song.
Wendy had this idea that to sing Bahamian genres of music meant that she had to pull away from what she can do vocally. And my thing was like, no, it absolutely does not mean that. You can put all of your R&B vocals, all of your jazz vocals, all of that you learn at Berkeley, and just put it behind a track that's comfortable, that has the energy, you know, that has that Bahamian energy, that rake and scraping, that Junkanoo. And what I knew that she didn't know was that we had producers like Rik Carey that was doing stuff that didn't sound like the sound of old,
time, yeah.
You know, that was new age, you know, moving forward. And not to say that it hasn't been around. The sound hasn't been around for a while, because, you know, Anwar Mcdonald and Visage, they had that Junkanoo sound for a little bit, you know, for a little while. But it all comes together, you know. It's inevitable that every generation is supposed to get a little bit better and a little bit more advanced
and evolve
and to be palatable to the rest of the world. And that's what's happening with our music. And that's why it was very important. That's why I saw the importance to encourage her to put some of that talent into something a bit more homegrown, because we need it. You know, we need our music to grow and to evolve, and it's artists like her that will do it.
So from Happy Hour to Make It Loud to one song to the monster of Ain't Missing It. So talk to me about writing that song, and then Dyson, you next, because you also have a song that I wrote about our party. Talk to me about Ain't Missing It, even the mindset behind that video, because I feel like we was in the old 90s videos with So Daffy with the desert singing. So talk to me about Ain't Missing It.
Well, I don't even know if Dyson remembers this, but when we started writing to Ain't Missing It, we were actually writing it as a placement song. We were wanting to pitch it to Destra. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And that that part that everyone really loves and nobody really knows what I'm saying, but that's okay. Yes.
Ticket for the jet, check. Pull up 30%, check. Slip out the Juve, Friday and Saturday. Who's in my bag, I say. No, my costume is ready. I've been working on this carnival body. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a list of things to get ready for Carnival. I gotta get on the ball, cause I know I can miss a thing. Don't want nobody telling me about how good it was. I gon' be the one who gon' be having fun. It gon' look like it should when they out on the road. I gon' rip up the fence. I gon' be the one wet jumping and waving. See the feds done turn up, I hear it calling me. Only man I'm looking for want to whine on me. I ain't gon' miss this one. Now gon' tell me how good it was. Kind of a call. There's no way I'm missing it. No, I ain't missing it. No, can't wait to
Dyson actually wrote that part of it. The whole ticket for the jet, he wrote that entire segment, and then I followed up with no, I think you did the verses too, and then I came on with the hook and the chorus.
Collaboration. It was
No,
good
I mean, honestly, I do remember specifically we had the track from Freddie a while, and then you had already put down your ideas on GarageBand, and then I remember going back to it, putting in my headphones, and say, okay, I like that, I can leave that, I can put that in front here, and then I just finished off with the hook. I'm a hook and chorus girl, okay? Hook, chorus.
Make sure you can push it out.
That's what I write. I writes me a good bridge, hook, and chorus. Dyson be having the verses down pack. And that's really where that song came from. And I think we wrote Our Party first.
Yeah. Plot twist.
Me,
Our Party came
and
first.
Anwar. We
Yeah,
wrote Our
yeah,
Party
we sat down
in
in the
the
studio.
condo.
Yeah.
No, it was in the condo when we wrote Our
was
Party.
it?
Yes.
No,
and
the
I
condo's
remember,
where we wrote Save the World.
I love this.
no, we wrote Our Party in the condo because I made tuna sandwiches. I remember.
She remember by the food.
Can't argue with the tuna sandwich.
I make tuna, and you was acting up, and Anwar was like, "Why are you acting up? Because this tuna tastes bomb." I remember that.
Acting how?
I don't know what your problem was.
So Our Party was first.
Thank you.
Our Party was first.
Our Party was actually me taking a step back.
Yes, he didn't write on that.
Yeah, I didn't do, well, not much, like hardly any. I just tried to tie everything together to make it Dyson Knight. But I wanted to give the reins to younger, different, younger writers that dabble in different genres of music, because that's me. You know, I want to remain eclectic. I want to be surprising. Like, where did this song come from? Where did that song come from? And I never think that I have all the great ideas. I have most of them. But no. So I wanted to see what Anwar
And let's take this time to
Grammy,
shout out who Anwar is. Yes.
Grammy Award,
Grammy Award nominated.
And Billboard
Grammy nominated
charting.
and Billboard charting.
We call him Billy Graham.
Bahamian writer.
Billy Graham.
That's his nickname in the
Billboard,
camp.
Grammy, Cat Island boy, who wrote like 60% of Jack Cure's album, which was Grammy nominated. That's
Right.
who is one of the masterminds behind some of my R&B songs, Risky Business, and of course Our Party.
And I pride myself on identifying genius. You know, and I see genius in Anwar, I see genius in Wendi. And so I don't have like one bit of insecurity when it comes to just stepping back and saying, okay, tell me what to sing, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. You know, I try to do it because they just get a little clever. I try to do the best I can, and that's Our Party. Our Party was birthed from that formula.
When you whine on me, it's so hard to keep control. Let me hold on, let me party. When you get so close, my whole body knows it's yours tonight. Right now, you and me, this is our party. We don't care who's standing around. Every song we back on the ground. The liquor gone to we head. We're drinking up till we soaking wet. It's you and me, this is our party.
So you riding higher for one song of missing like the real, because pop is, people don't think pop is just like that funky music, but pop is really popular music. So you was riding high off one song and missing it. What was the decision to go back to your R&B roots of Risky Business?
Because I want people to remember that I'm more than just singing soca and rake and scrape. Because a lot of times people think, oh, she's just on stage dancing, da 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 da. There's some people, whenever it's Independence time, I post when I sang the national anthem for the 40th. And I would always get comments like, I didn't know you could really sing. And I'd be like,
She's been to Berkeley.
I am a musician.
I think we're going to start pulling.
Let me tell you something. I am a musician. So I feel like when I do the R&B stuff, then people can really see and hear my vocal, because that's really the R&B and the pop is a lot more about vocals, whereas Rake and Scrape and the Bahamian music and the soca is about vibe and feeling. So I try to incorporate vocal prowess in the soca songs and in the Rake and Scrape songs, but it's not so much what that is about, what that genre is about. That genre is about feeling good and all this stuff. So that's why I like to, every year, my goal is to still put out R&B music.
Baby, are you listening? 'Cause I don't wanna hold this in. Boy, you got me feeling so confused. I can never read you. Oh no, baby, tell me where you at.
While you have them here and October 2016, I'd like to personally thank the two of you on camera, because April 2016, you all asked me to shoot your performances, and that has changed my career. So I'd like to thank you all on camera in front of everybody, because that has helped me and we've helped each other. And so 2016 ended with a bang, and then y'all, and before I get 2016, I noticed that y'all usually write your songs around November, December. So talk to me about that. Y'all call it a camp. Talk to me about that camp when y'all go writing every end of the year. While we celebrate around Christmas, y'all working, y'all.
No, I don't get to go to no parties. That's a good time to go back and really plan the new year. And I think that's why we kind of choose that. I've been noticing that around summertime is when we get our causey songs, like the Save the Worlds or the Who's Next. And then we make it a point to, near the end of the year, to really set goals and to begin recording, because then there's regatta season. And then there's obviously all of the carnivals that we also want to be involved in. So that's typically why we choose to do it then.
She right.
just whatever she said.
Yeah.
And then so we are here at BTC. Talk to us about the BTC sponsorship you both enjoyed, and the 2016 going to 2017.
Yes, that BTC ambassadorship is it's clutch. It's clutch, and I'm really happy, Wendi, me personally, because from I came on the scene and decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna be Wendi, because before my goal was just to be a songwriter and to make placements and make money like that. So one of the goals was to become a household name, and I always say this in interviews because I literally wrote this down, that when people think about top artists, top female artists, that's synonymous with Wendi, and that's something that I wrote down, and I really think that's something that I am really achieving, and I'm really thankful for that. So getting a BTC ambassadorship really cements that for me, because BTC is of course the top mobile provider, triple play, all that stuff. So I'm very excited to be able to connect with that brand and with that corporate sponsorship. We're able to do stuff like One Plug tonight, and even use the money to push our artistry even more. So
2017, the Elevation Awards came on stream, and you won the Song of the Year with Rik, and Male Artist of the Year, and when you won Female Artist of the Year and Icon Award. And I remember our first Who That, you was also nominated for Icon Award, and I wish you good luck. You didn't win it, but everything's in time.
I can't believe you remember that. That was with
I actually had to go rewatch the Who That to make sure I didn't repeat information.
Yeah, so I was nominated for I Lost You, and then I was nominated for one song, and I was sure I was gonna win, and it didn't happen. You know, whatever. So when I was nominated for Ain't Missing It, I didn't think I was going to win. I really thought that this guy was going to win with the great song, I Come to Party. So when they announced me as the winner, I was really surprised. I really, really, really was surprised. I'm not saying that. I was really surprised.
So how did you feel, Ben?
I wasn't surprised at all. I mean, I know the award was going to the camp, you know, so either way, you know, it's like either way, you know, we all win. And I think that she deserved it. I think that she deserved it from the year before. But one of the things I say all the time, like when things don't go our way, I say, it just means that we need to get better.
Yeah.
It just means that we need to be bigger. It just means that we need to be a bit more forward and visible. And that's
front of mind. That's what you always say.
Yeah, be front of mind. Because at the end of the day, it's not the greatness that you produce; it's the greatness that people are aware of. This is what they know. If they don't know it, then it's okay. It's a tree falling in the forest without anybody hearing it.
I literally just said this to someone else yesterday. We was to an event, and they was like, "It's such a great show with no one recording." It's like, because I live by the fact that if the tree falls first, no one hear it didn't happen. So that's literally what I go through every day.
And it's very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
So I mean, people are. And it's becoming that way. I mean, you mentioned BTC a while back, and that is one of the biggest things that I appreciate is the fact that a corporation as big, as huge as BTC is recognizing us as brands that they don't mind associating what they're doing. To give it to the island, to the Bahamas. That's a big deal. Shout out BTC, shout out Percy's Island Game, who also use me to promote their product. And every time I get a call from Club One Fitness too. Definitely got a shout out.
Get them ready for their wedding, you see?
Yeah, I mean, these are really big entities that appreciate us and we appreciate them, and we work together. It's not even it doesn't even feel like, oh, we're being used. It actually feels like, wow, look at our pictures all over the place. Look at how many times this is being shared. Look at how many times they're being called, and actually for something that's not I guess how would I say bar no, like in the back of just background noise. Yeah, it's not background noise. It's actually in the foreground. So it's a real big deal.
Hey family, I'm Wendi.
And I'm Dyson.
And today we want to provide a brand new BTC tech tip on limitless roaming. Today we have a customer who's about to travel. How can we help you?
I'm going shopping this Friday and I would like to keep my BTC phone on, but I don't want to get hit with high roaming bills.
Listen, don't worry. You can answer those calls. When you travel to the US, UK, Canada, and the Caribbean, it's all the same rate, as if you never left.
How's that even possible?
Well, we've partnered with our Flow markets throughout the Caribbean region and other major carriers like AT&T and T-Mobile in the US and Rogers in Canada to bring you the best possible rates.
So now you can roam like you're limitless.
And there you have it, another BTC tech tip.
And this year, I think we really noticed how much y'all write together, because y'all did two lead songs, weren't in the same rhythms, but you could hear play and take a while and of course play. So talk to me about was that did y'all try to do?
In play is the African wind down, that line. All the sexy body girl, and African something, that was my line. And then also
from Bahamas to
Kingston, African wind down, that's my line. And then also in the chorus, how the song go? Y'all, I'm not good with rest. This part, plenty one more, let me play. That's my part. That's my line.
So was it on purpose to not do the same rhythms this year, or just was the feeling?
We did the same rhythm this year.
Well, I get into that, Wendi.
What happens in the camp is that we write. We just write. We just go at it. And the songs that are hot, we keep. The songs.
Yeah, I actually have a song on Funhouse Rhythm.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very. It's even more EDM style than mine is.
Didn't make it. It's awesome.
If it didn't make it, I wouldn't know.
It's awesome, but it didn't make it.
It's not that it didn't make it. I just think that when people are very, very excited about something, they kind of put all of the energy into that, and we want to be real. We want to be sincere with our music.
How does my song go on that? Yeah, I'll sing it if I remember it. Something about bad gals. Bumper. This is how we do it. This is bad gal music. Who can dance? Get out the way. This is bad gal. It's something like that, but it's to the Funhouse Rhythm. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, so man, we do a lot.
Do y'all will ever bring my favorite rapper is Kendrick Lamar, and he did an album called Untitled, based with all the sessions of his own music. Would you ever do Untitled, the old tracks you didn't use?
Man, I would love to do that because I I would
Struggle
love
on
to
and
do that.
on.
No, because I went through a lot of stages in my musical life, like where I had a home invasion back in the day, and they stole the laptop, and I kind of like after I had produced an entire album, and I wasn't finished mixing it to send to master, so I had to really struggle to push that out. And then after that, it was just me trying to get back on track to try to get my equipment back, to try to get my sound back, to get that sonic quality back. And it was a struggle. Like a lot of songs that I've written and produced, I did it like really on trash. And listening back to it now, I'd be like, ugh, I
And
wish
some
I
of
could
it
remix
still plays
this.
on the radio.
I wish I could remix this. But I would love to go back and do like a remastered album.
Yeah,
Speaking about going back in time, as y'all see next week, Rik Carey's, and this was that he said that when he first recruited to join Bahamian, the song he heard was Doghouse, which came, and I've never heard that song. He said he heard that after Who Let the Dogs Out, and that made him hunt for you.
Yeah, that song, I didn't write that song though. That song was produced actually by Dylan McKenzie, who everyone knows as D-Mac. It was co-written by Dylan and KB. And KB is one of my role models. You know, KB took me underneath his ring from the very day Therese Hepburn brought me to his doorstep. And that was the first song. They actually wrote that song for Sean, who sings on the front line for Visage. Wild Boy, but you know Sean is go missing every now and again. so I end up doing the song. I end up trying to put in a little bit of my flavor in it, and it was a big hit. It was a huge hit at the time. So that really opened a lot of doors for me. It made me visible to the to artists like Ira Store, Ronnie Butler. I think I met Ronnie Butler when I was touring with that song, because that was on the Best of the Best album. Everyone that people would deem as legendary in Bahamian music, I met like shortly after recording that song.
So you did unplug the night so that people know where they can see you, because the year over basically, but y'all never done. So you can see you for Visage, the last Fridays, and the month Fantastic Fridays. You'll be all the regatas, all the carnivals. Let them know they can follow you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify.
Big shouts out to TIMMAY. Listen, you guys can follow me on Facebook at Wendi242. That's Wendi with an I. Same thing on Instagram, Wendi242, Wendi with an I. Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube. Just go follow me, or you can just follow the official hashtag, which is Wendi Live.
Yo, it's Dyson Knight. So it's DYSONKNIGHT, and you can follow me at Dyson Knight on just about everything except for Facebook, which is at Dyson the Artist. And that's how you find me. Oh, the official hashtag is DK Nation.
So this is Dyson and Wendi. Next time I heard them on camera, they'll be The Knights. I'm TIMMAY, and you're watching Who Dat?
Hey, we having a down home party and rum can't done it. We having a down home party and bam bam everywhere. We up in here whining all night. It's plenty good timing tonight, and we could be drinking all night. Everybody jamming tonight. We having a down home party.
We drinking rum, we drinking rum, drinking rum, we drinking rum, drinking rum, we drinking rum.
Hey, oh, na.
Bass boss in my chest, it pumping. Waistline, now I'm feeling something. I hope my feet don't fail me now. I'm real tired, but I can't stop jumping. What do you got me smiling with a happy? A cup in my hand, it seems to never empty. So much good vibes around me. Come join me. The happiness free. Who dat?